That happens to everybody that goes live, where the comment section shuts off from your perspective and gets stuck in one spot, and you only see one comment while more comments come through. And because you've been roasting your Israeli agent commenters, it gets shut off from your perspective. So you can't keep, you don't keep seeing all the stupid nonsense they say. This literally happens to me. What would you say? Every 5-6 videos? It did stop for a minute. I will give it that. But it's interesting, I can tell you that. Let's see. I'm going to try this again. We'll see if we get the weird symbols again. This censorship is so fucking weird. The hell are you doing? Nothing. No. What's going on?
I'm about to mess with Nathan.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay, so stop.
And you notice how you're using
Stop.
What? Aw, I want to mess with him.
Yeah, no. Stop.
I was talking to mommy.
Before something stupid happens.
Dad, my name's Nate. What's up?
Not yet.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, not yet. Seriously, stop.
Okay, Dad.
Like, for real? Okay.
My name's Nick. I have the deepest voice now.
So you're not gonna stop?
I did.
Did you? That's weird, because
I keep putting him because he has a deep voice now.
Whatever. Seriously, do I have to babysit?
Promise I'm not gonna do it.
So you're gonna keep going though, right, Gob?
Yeah, no, Dad. Nice butt scratching, Nick. But that's what I'm Nick.
So you're gonna just keep going. That's the last time. If I have to say it again, you're in your room for a while, okay? Hey, guess what? You guys both have sheets to do. Get them done.
I'm gonna stay in my bed all day. I don't feel good.
Okay, well, you can do that, but part of your bed is right by the thing, so you can do your sheets.
I need help with my sheets.
No, you don't.
It's the, yeah, I do.
No, you don't. Do your best. See what you can do, and if you do need help, then I'll help you. No, I think he knows what to do as well. What's up, Matt? There we go. We at least have one viewer. You know, that totally normal thing? I wonder why it didn't pop up on YouTube. Thanks for the link. So how does that work? How does someone like me elevate themselves when they're so clearly censored? I mean, I don't even know what to fucking do anymore. You know, like it's so strange. What does someone like me do? What would you do? How would you overcome any of this? Sorry, trying to get the boogers out of my nose. Oy. It's weird. This is crazy. You know what's weird too? It's like I have a lot of people like Matt, like Mary and whatnot that'll be like, yeah, man, I appreciate you so much. You know, I learned so much watching these feeds, and I wasn't thinking this way until I came across your feed, or at least I was, but it wasn't like fully fleshed out, blah, 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 blah. And at no point do I ever think of any of us like a cult. I don't think of anybody like they're my followers and all that shit. That doesn't exist here, and I prefer it that way, right? I'm not anybody's like leader or guru or anything like that. What I believe is this. That's why I do the feed. I do the feed for two main purposes. One, for my own personal knowledge and benefit, but two, to provide other people, like to do the feed. I can't find. I couldn't find anybody else saying the things that I say and talking about the things that I talk about, unless they did, but it was always with that Jesus backdrop and whatnot, and I just didn't like it. So, I'm gonna, just like with the music, I'm gonna create the music that I want to hear because nobody else is doing it. But it has nothing to do with any sort of like desire for power and all that weird, just throwing that out there, right? I think your persistence supersedes most people's ability to keep going. It's very admirable. Well, thank you. I love the passion you have for what you talk about. It inspires me more than you realize. It has changed my life. We all have the ability to freely think. No cult can survive. Free thinker. Right. And you don't ever get that, like, I hope that you get that cult leader vibe from me, because I just, it's not anything to do with any of this. Like, that's just fucking weird. I have a hard enough time taking the compliments, let alone wanting them. They feel good. I mean, it's good to know that the efforts aren't for none. But like maybe when I was new and arrogant, but no longer I feel that way. That's awesome. That's called growth. That's progress. Hey, Pickles, go get the oils if your stomach hurts. You know which ones to use, right? That's gone through some change, man. And there's still a subject that, I think there's just more to it than what it is, and whatever. That's your business. You choose to talk about it, you will. I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus or anything like that. There's no judgment. It's all about progressing. And I mean, it's not that there's no judgment. I am judging, and I'm saying, like, this is you're awesome. There's this one piece though. You gotta fix this one piece, and that's all. But like, it's about improvement. It's about getting better. So let's talk about the early life of Ben Aaron Shapiro, who was born on January 15th, 1984, in Burbank, California, to a conservative Jewish family. He is Ashkenazi Jew. When he was 9 years old, his family began to observe Orthodox Judaism. He started playing violin at 5 years old and performed at the Israel Bonds Banquet in 1996 at age 12. His parents both worked in Hollywood, his mother as a TV company executive and his father, David Shapiro, as a composer. Wow, what a surprise. I wish I had more influence on social media. If I ever do get followers, I'd definitely shout you out. Only genuine people would ever want to watch someone like me anyway. It's true. Shapiro went from Walter Reed Middle School in the San Francisco Valley to Yeshiva University High School in Los Angeles. Gee, the exact same place that Dershowitz went to. Like, at some point, do you not see not just like the connections, but the supremacist nefarious connections with all of it? I have shared on Facebook, though. My Facebook is already shadow banned. What? From this or from previous? where he graduated in 2000 at 16. He graduated at 16 because he was just so smuck and fart. Uh-oh. We just got one. What the fuck is that? Why did it double up your comment? It's not like you spelled it wrong. I was posting stuff way before I found you. Then I figured why not go all out. Good. Yeah, no, I definitely don't think like, I don't think most people, I don't think anybody's like, I believe in Jesus and I believe in government. And they just stumble across my shit and they're like, oh, everything's changed. I don't think that happens. I think I'm like level 9. You got to go through levels 1 through whatever before you can find me. Let's see. He studied political science at the University of California, Los Angeles, graduating in 2004 at age 20 with a Bachelor's of Arts, summa cum laude, of course, and membership in Phi Beta Kappa. He then attended Harvard Law School, where he studied under liberal law professors Lanny Gurian and Randall Kennedy. He studied under liberal law professors? I thought he hated liberals. Didn't it say he's against liberals up above, but he studied under liberal law professors? Shapiro graduated from Harvard Law in 2000 with a Juris Doctor's cum laude. Phi Beta Kappa is the oldest academic honor society in the United States, founded in 1776 at the College of William and Mary in Virginia. Phi Beta Kappa aims to promote and advocate excellence in the liberal arts and sciences and to induct outstanding students of arts and sciences at select American colleges and universities. What is he? Arts and sciences? That's pretty hypocritical. But, yeah. Did you see what I sent you? I sent you a picture on Facebook. Because it happened again. For literally no reason. Since its inception, its inducted members include 17 U.S. presidents, 42 U.S. Supreme Court justices, and 136 Nobel laureates. Sounds like a pretty exclusive club, don't you think? The Phi Beta Kappa Society had its first meeting on December 5th, 1776 at the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia by 5 students. 5 students, huh? 5 students put it all together. There's that Phi Beta Kappa building. With John Heath as its first president. The society established the precedent for naming American college societies after the initial letters of a secret Greek motto. Why? Why would anybody else have been like, well, hey, they do it, so we should do it too? Does it think I'm speaking Chinese so weird? No, dude. Listen, if it was something like feasible, if it was something reasonable, when you look it up, it would show up. Get it? This is new. This is something different. This is green flag, red flag, whatever flag you want to call it. But this is such a big fucking deal. And of course, what, 2 people are going to fucking see it? Two of us, we're going to know? They're going to keep it. They know they have me so under such lock and key that they can do things on my feed that they wouldn't normally do because it won't fucking matter. You are overthinking it. Yeah, that's absolutely it. You're trying to make it make sense in any other sort of practical way. But the answer is right there. Like I say, if it was something, then it would be there. You wouldn't struggle with it. That's never a problem. Overthinking is a good thing. You just need to know, like, it's like being open-minded, right? It's great to be open-minded, but at some point you also have to close that door. You have to be able to say, well, fucking clearly your religious bullshit is fake because you can't even answer simple questions, let alone provide any sort of evidence or anything. If you guys had literally anything decent to say, you'd fucking say it. Sup, big man? Up here. Up here. I just said what's up. Yep. He has his headphones on all the time. I'm surprised he even heard me. The group consisted of students who frequented the Rally Tavern as a common meeting area off the college campus. Let's see what the Rally Tavern looks like. Oh, yeah, of course. Because fucking A, why not? I mean, yeah, that's where they went and they hung out. A persistent story maintains that a Masonic lodge also met at this tavern, but the Freemasons gathered at a different building in Williamsburg. Some of the original members of Phi Beta Kappa did become Freemasons, but later in life. What a fucking surprise, right? Some of the original members, there were 5. There were 5 of them. So any, some would mean, some is 3 or more. But some is, so it's a couple, it's some, and then it's many. So some, denotes that it's 3. 3 of the 5 became Freemasons. It's pretty fucking heavy, 65% or whatever. It's a pretty high percentage, 60%. Whether the students organized, I don't think it's a bot either. Yeah, Matt, I don't think she's a bot. I think this goes under the act.il side of things. They're not all bots. Team Jorge is definitely a part of things, but that covers the random profiles. This one has a profile picture. Joined 4 months ago, has no subscribers. Wah, 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 wah. We have a bot, or we have an easy right here, obviously. We have one of the two. This is a bot, or this is one of the, could be a different version of act.il. I don't necessarily say it's all act.il. But this is basically a person who made their fucking profile so they can watch me. Seems weird. I didn't really mean bot, but yes, it gets them talking more to expose themselves. Yeah. What is act.il? Oh, look, she got one. Haha, she got one. Look at this. Man, they sure do use that symbol. The only time it hasn't been something kind of weird is the last one that you got. Whether the students organized to meet more freely and discuss non-academic topics or to discuss politics in a revolutionary society is unknown. The earliest records indicate only the students met that the earliest records indicate only that the students met to debate and engage in oratory and on topics that would have been not far removed from the curriculum. In the Phi Beta Kappa initiation of 1779, the new member was informed, because, you know, they have this. This is all written down. Here, then, you may for a while disengage yourself from scholastic cares and communicate without reserve whatever reflections you have made upon various objects, remembering that everything transacted with, there's a thing on the fucking screen within this room is transacted sub rosa. Sub rosa means Latin phrase which denotes secrecy or confidentiality. The rose has an ancient history as a symbol of secrecy, the Rosicrucians. Its opposite term is sub vino, meaning under the grapevine, referring to being loose-lipped while under the influence of alcohol. In Hellenistic and later Roman mythology, roses were associated with secrecy because Cupid gave a rose to Harpocrates, the Hellenistic god of silence, so he would not reveal the secrets of Venus. Banquet rooms were decorated with rose carvings, reportedly as a reminder that discussions in the room should be kept silent, should be in confidence. This was inherited in later Christian symbolism, where roses were carved on confessionals to signify that confessions would remain secret. The phrase entered the German language unter der Rose, and later the English language, both as a Latin loan phrase, at least as early as 1654, and in its English translation. And that is that. That's the end of that. We don't get any more. Here, too, you are to indulge in matters of speculation, that freedom of inquiry which ever dispels the clouds, of falsehood by the radiant sunshine of truth. Think about 1770 people. Like, I can't stress this enough. The people of those days, like, it was all they could do to manufacture some sort of food for the day. Just eating every day was a monumental task. And how did this tavern work? Right? Think about this tavern. They obviously, the only thing they could do was provide their own shit. But think about, how would you even begin to get it all? Where would you get your beers and all your different alcohols and the food that you served? I am so fascinated by the logistics of things, and it's been this way for a long time. And I've said this thing for a long time, that logistics blow apart most of the history. You know, it's one thing to look at the shiny picture that they give you, but asking, like, you know, the simplest questions. It's not like the complex secret society kind of, Freemason. I'm not asking all that shit. I just want to know simple things. How did they eat? Where did they sleep when they would go on these large marches and migrations and all these other things? Especially considering the friars and how they've been colonizing Palestine for such a long time. Surely, slowly but surely, they just, supposedly. Again, the difference between you and I is I believe nothing. I have a hard time believing what they tell me about the 1800s. I mean, they are, look at Epstein, right? It's 2025. And look at Epstein and all of the rich and powerful associated with them and all of the plethora of evidence that exists. And yet it's still just, all these people still remain in power. Most of them haven't even been outed yet because the government redacts everything. I mean, it's just, if it's 2025 and we don't have the truth, what makes you think that they're telling you the truth about a time from before you were even alive? You have to understand that it's all just bullshit. The root of logistics is logic, and logic is always true. Hard to deny that. I mean, just think about it, man. You have zero reason to believe anything you're told. Paul Revere, you learn all about Paul Revere and the Paul Revere's ride and this, that, and the other. Then you come to find out, because you happen to watch a CBS program, some random friar guy was going around debunking shit and showed that Paul Revere maybe rode like a mile, and then some Mexican guy is the one that rode the other 11 miles, which either way is just a dumbass story. But it just, I remember when I would see pictures of the Boston Tea Party and you would see them on these ships, but then the harbor that they were in was like a modern day harbor. The entire harbor walls are all concrete of some sort. There's big ass buildings in the background, and you're just going, who the fuck? Where are they? Did they have some sort of time machine? But that's part what about some things you have to believe, right? What about conglomeration and archaeological finds? So you think the people that go to the random place to find dinosaur bones and then find dinosaur bones, there's nothing suspicious about that? Do you even know the history of dinosaurs? Don't you think it's strange that it wasn't until 1875 until somebody officially discovered dinosaurs, and yet 10 years earlier the Freemasons were theorizing dinosaurs, and then 2 Freemasons ran around all over the world in 1770 somethings just naming all the different bones that they just happened to find. And then, of course, everything that you think is a bone actually isn't. No museums actually have any actual skeletons or anything. It's all under lock and key in the Smithsonian somewhere. I know if you're an archaeologist, right? You spent a whole shit ton of money, a whole shit ton of years going to school to learn a very specific trait that, outside of being a bigwig archaeologist paid by the system because you belong to some university or something along those lines, outside of that, you don't really have too many job opportunities available to you. So they say to you, play the role. You'll make a couple $100,000 a year, whatever it is, and you'll be good. That, and or you find something that doesn't go with the narrative, and they say, hey, remember all those other archaeologists that just shot themselves twice in the head and shit? Yeah, they found something similar too. But if you're an archaeologist, you got your wife, you got a big old house, a wife, couple of kids. Wife doesn't work. Wife has her own car. Kids have cars. All 3 cars are insured. Everybody has cell phones. People belong to different clubs, different groups. Wealthy people are still living check to check. And so you have an entire reality based on a narrative. And if the keepers of the narrative say to you, hey, don't get yourself blacklisted, because once you get blacklisted from your profession, Where the fuck are you going to go with your archaeology degree? Yeah, I need to get this. I need a job where I make really good money. I'm super prestigious. And, you know, I dig around in some dirt every few years or every few months or so. I mean, it's you know. How about this? How about the fact that this year, was it? That radar, laser, infra, super red, super scans below the pyramids show big long ass fucking columns that go all the way down thousands of fucking feet and shit. Where's the worldwide, holy shit, what the fuck is this? Let's go check it out. Because everything you believe about everything in our history, if there are big ass columns that go way, way down underneath the pyramids, everything's a lie. And the difference between you and I, again, I'm going to say this again because Rebecca doesn't understand it, is arrogance. You believe that you are so awesome that you can pick and choose which narratives you're given by the same system across the board. You can sit there and go, well, they're lying about JFK, and they're lying about 9/11, and they're lying about how many shots I'm supposed to take. I took some of them, but I didn't take all of them. And they're telling me the truth about Jesus, and they're telling me the truth about Egypt. And the thing, you know, the best part is, most of our history, especially when it comes down to structures, you know, big ass churches, big ass cathedrals, underground tunnel systems, canal systems that'll go through a whole place, places like Venice, you know, all this shit. When it comes down to how the fuck did we do that, they'll give you a basic sort of, but it's the basic answer when it comes to how did we build this, how did we build that is, yeah, we don't know. We don't know how they built that castle on top of the mountain, in the middle of that on top of the mountain that has a lake on it, and in the middle of the lake, there's a castle in there. Yeah, we just don't know. Oh yeah, Mont Saint Michel. Fuck yeah, they just slapped that bitch together. They waited till low tide, of course, and then they just, you know, if you believe, if you know about Mont Saint Michel, if you see Mont Saint Michel, you're gonna look at it and go, who built that? We didn't build that. There's no way we built that, especially not, you know, pre-power tools. You know, didn't know what a fucking zero was. You know, the people that didn't have anything, we didn't build this. Who the fuck built that? So for me, you know, I don't know where the cutoff is. The Pentagon was supposedly built from September 11th, 1941 to January 20th or something, 1943. So right around 14 months, start to finish. 14 and a half months if you include literally all of the planning for it. You know, it's like a fucking joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. 7 stories, 5 above ground, 2 below ground. The second largest building complex, commercial building in the world. Built over 2 winters in the 40s. Like, I don't believe it. There's literally no evidence to show you it's true. The only evidence is that the building is there. But, you know, you don't know if that was the one that was built in supposedly 1941. I don't know anybody that says, "Oh yeah, I remember watching them build it," or any. It's just, the fact that, again, not a single person throughout the entire building process was a ways away and thought, "Hey, I'm going to take a picture of this. Look at how great this is." I mean, it's just it's fucking stupid. Oh Jesus, I don't want to keep reading this dumb broad shit. Do you believe the Roman Empire didn't exist or the Bronze Age didn't happen? Of course not. It's dumb. Of course not. The Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was somehow able to build aqueducts and all this other shit. With what? Oh, with slave labor. Right. All of this magnificent construction in the most beautiful style possible was built by slaves, because everybody that's a slave just happens to know how to just happens to have a fucking a masonry degree. You know how stupid it sounds? It's stupid when you look at the Empire State Building, built in 400 days over in 1931, starting in 1931, built in 400 days. Do you honestly think, like, we couldn't do that today with all of the modern tech that we have today, in the most, like, rushed, we need to do this, it's super important, let's get we could not do it today. Identical, all the same, construction materials, and not the methods, but the materials, all the marble and the all the different things. We couldn't construct an identical building if we tried to. We've all seen modern day archaeologists say there's no, or modern day engineers be like, yeah, we couldn't do it. Modern day construction guys deny that we could even do the pyramids today. We couldn't do it. We don't have the technology to be able to do it. I'm talking about human history and not paleontology. Oh yeah, paleontology is a completely different thing. Humans didn't create paleontology. Paleontology created itself. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, author of Sherlock Holmes, also wrote The Lost World, which I read. The answer is they're similar to Orson Welles' War of the Worlds. What about the feudal kings globally that were in the hundreds? Oh, good God. It just doesn't seem to make, are you really going to apply the same stupidity to every single argument? You really need it to be explained to you. You really need to be asked the same question. How do you know the narrative you're given is true? It's a narrative full of the baddest ass men in the world, the George Washington types, walking around in Shakespearean tights. It rhymes, so it's true. Sorry about that. I had to do something. What about the building of Hadrian's Wall? They made bridges and thousands of people over hundreds of years made it. That's how construction works. It was a societal conglomeration of stonemasons, amongst others, trades of the time. They didn't have missile defense from invaders. They had stone walls of the time. I didn't get a notification. You started back up. I'm sorry, Sir Craig of Craigington. Neuschwanstein Castle was built. They have records of it. Slaves hauled the stone to the spot, and the master craftsman carved the pretty stuff in. Oh, well, fuck. If they say it, then that must be true. Like, how do you even, converse with someone like this? Like, well, fuck it says it. If it says it, it's true. If it says it, it's true in the way that, I like it. If it goes with the things that I'm saying and it says it, then it must be true. At the end of the day, everybody knows the old adage, winners write the history. I like to throw on there, and losers barely know it. Winners write the history, but losers barely know it. But it really is like, it's just interesting, man. It's interesting how well the dysfunctional programming works and how deep it runs and how many layers it has. And, you'll have, like, again, so many people out there consider themselves to be truthers and they believe in Jesus. And I just go, how the fuck do you reconcile that? How does that work? How could you possibly believe in both? Or how could you even believe in Jesus? Especially when you talk to like Tartaria people who have actually gone down that rabbit hole. And you just go, okay, so you think they're lying about everything in history, but somehow the Jesus story from 2,000 years ago, the one that the Jews made up, that one is true, and there's no sense in questioning any of it, right? That's what you believe. Running in a store real quick, be right back. I mean, just the amount of ignorance and faith it takes to think that slaves are just moving stones that weigh, 100 tons and 20 tons, 50 tons, whatever. And then just master made. They're just carving it in place. Good thing they never make mistakes.
Yeah, finished.
Cool. All right. I will be down in a bit to check it. You can start what you need to start. Did you understand what you were doing? Did you struggle?
No, not really.
Do you think you got it all right?
Also, everything over, like, anything over where it's like y equals or x equals 12, anything over 12, I just have to
Do me a favor and just double check everything real quick to make sure you didn't make any stupid mistakes,
I know I didn't.
All right. What do you want to wager on it?
Nothing.
Well, if you're confident, then you should be able to.
$5?
No, I'm not talking about money, stooge. You willing to give your shit up?
No.
Why not?
Depends on how many mistakes I have to make.
How about for every mistake over 3, you lose an hour?
What if I get 100%? Do I get an extra hour?
Yep. 100% gets you an extra hour tonight.
So, 90%, how much time would that lose? Like, 10 hours?
90% loses nothing. Well, it depends. I got to see how many. We'll figure out how many questions it. Everyone over 3 you get wrong.
Every page over 3?
No, you're allowed to get 3 wrong. For every one over 3, you lose an hour. All right, you're confident with that?
So if I get 2 questions wrong, do I still get an extra hour?
Of course not.
So
You only get an extra hour if it's 100%.
okay.
All right. I'm so mean. Oh, it's so weird, man. This is all just so weird. Look at this guy is like, I am so mad. I'm a huge submarine enthusiast. God damn it. Who cares about all the other stuff you're talking about? God damn it. Submarines are real. God damn it. Oh, what a fucking clown. It's so embarrassing. Like, you guys, you do realize you do reflect on me, right? Right? Like it's embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to me that I haven't I don't deserve better opposition than this. Seriously. Like, I would imagine guys like my brother-in-law would be able to provide much better opposition than these guys could. I would assume a Ben Shapiro type would try for at least a little bit. But, like, it's just so goofy, right? It's just so goofy how obvious the like the infestation is, right? It's like an infestation. Yeah, if you're wrong about the existence of something as simple as submarines, what does that mean about all of your other opinions? Must mean I'm wrong. Oh, look, Daniel got one. He got a symbol too. That's weird. The symbol popped up when he mentioned Ben Shapiro yet again. What is that? The symbol pops up with Ben Shapiro. The symbol pops up with Charlie Kirk being mentioned. What's going on here? Check it out. I'm going to send it to Matt because at least Matt can see it. Yeah. Oh, that's what it means. Duh. It just means it's engaging in the most speech, dummy. And it's pure coincidence. Yup. That's what it is. Especially since you don't know what I'm fucking talking about. That's the best part. You don't even know what I'm talking about because you can't see it from your perspective. The only time you could see it is if I sent it to you. But again, this is the best I can get, right? It's just dumb shit. Right? It's just dumb shit. No, not the crown, you stupid shit. You don't know what you're talking about. God, are you dumb? My God, are these people dumb? These inbred Israeli, they're just so dumb. And you know, maybe they are good at their jobs, usually. Maybe it is just, I'm just crushing them. Yeah. The crown on hit profile. Duh. Yeah, I'm talking about the crown because I only do YouTube every day and I don't understand what the crown means. Yup, that's what it must be. God, are they stupid? But this is exactly what you expect, right? This is exactly the stupidity it takes to come after me. And of course, these guys, it's completely one-sided. These guys could go live for 24 hours a day for a week and they'd never see my ass there. I couldn't care less. But they're here begging, 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 begging over and over again. And everything they do and say just works to my advantage. That's the craziest part. Like, it's just so strange that you guys are just so the stupidity involved is just, it's how do you overcome it? How do you make people smarter? How do you make people better? Yeah, you know what? You should be, extremely vocal in your opposition to genocide. Yeah, you absolutely should be. You absolutely should not in any way accommodate a cult that believes themselves superior and that you are nothing more than a cow, a servant, a nothing. Why would anybody accommodate that? And not just accommodate it, but elevate it. Allow it to be the ruling force. It's fucking crazy. We all agree in deep talk, yo. But not Christians. Not the Christians that come from Judaism. Not the fake Christian Jesus narrative that the Jews gave you to keep you stupid. Not the Bible that is literally all the main characters are Jewish. They're literally all Jewish fairy tales in that Bible. And yet you believe that's real. You're not smart enough to think, hey, early 1900s, 1800s people probably couldn't build skyscrapers and underground tunnel networks and the sewer lines and the electrical lines and all of the things that like Chicago and its 60 some miles of tunnels and shit like that underneath it. Yeah, they just built that at some point. We're not even really sure. They were rediscovered when they were looking for this, but they were there beforehand. It's just the level of stupidity is just crazy. Look, he got another one. Matt, he got another one. Fucking crazy. Seems Kirk is a subject that triggers that symbol. Wonder if they'll do it again. Well, it's Shapiro triggered it here. Yes, and in my Bible it says the book of Revelations, it used to become the synagogue of Satan. You know why it says that? So you stay away from it. Right? Because if they tell you that it's associated with the big bad, you're like, "Oh, I've been bred to stay away from the big bad. So thank you so much." That's why it works. Huh? Use your phone. Yeah, of course you are on stuff like that. I mean, if you want to, you can figure it out for yourself. But it's up to you, man. Yeah, in a minute. I will. Don't worry. You're tarded. That's funny. We're using those words again, huh? Just interesting, man. These are your good God-fearing Christians, all right. It's fucking embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. Yeah. these guys are just dumb, and such a what a weird, desperate mentality. You know, I find the whole thing fucking crazy. I'm getting exhausted here. I think I'm about done. Oh, you got one too. Something else is going on here. I don't know what the fuck that is. Ouch. It says and. Yeah, on my end it says and. That's weird. That is so fucking weird. What is going on here? Put the symbol together, it makes the star. That is so crazy. It seems pretty obvious, man. It seems pretty obvious. Older fraternal societies existed at the College of William and Mary. Wait, I thought this was the first one. The FHC Society, nicknamed the Flat Hat Club, founded in 1750, is the first collegiate secret society recorded in North America. Unlike the newer Phi Beta Kappa, the FHC was a Latin letter society, its name taken from the initial letters of a Latino motto, or of Latin motto, perhaps Fraternis Humanitas Cognito Q? Cognito Q? I don't know. The Flat Hat Club. The Flat Hat Club is a collegiate secret society and honor society at the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia. Initially called the FHC Society, it was founded in 1750. Early in the 21st century, the education section of the New York Times profiled America's oldest university clubs and societies and included a letter now housed at the archives at Swam Library, which Thomas Jefferson wrote to Thomas Macaulay, mentioning Jefferson's membership in the FHC. The society was originally founded as the FHC Society at the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia on November 11th, 1750. They know the exact date, huh? It was organized for charity, friendship, and science. They always have three. They always have to have three things that they're organized for. FHC met regularly for discussion and fellowship, especially at the Rally Tavern. The same fucking tavern. A lot of times when I do this, that's what I do is I'll read something until I can find something that's older. And then when I find something that's older, I go to that. And then I read and read and read until we find precursor to this and a precursor to that. Right? Like, it's just strange. William and Mary alumnus and the third president, Thomas Jefferson, may be the most famous member of the FHC Society. Late in life, Jefferson wrote that, when I was a student of William and Mary College of this state, there existed a society called the FHC Society, confined to the number of 6 students only, of which I was a member. Still, it had no useful object, nor do I know whether it now exists. That sounds like how that works. Oh, it's so secret we can't even talk about it. FHC Society is believed to be the precursor of Phi Beta Kappa, a second Latin letter fraternity The PDA Society, publicly known as Please Don't Ask, was founded at William and Mary in March of 1773. We don't get to look that one up. That one's not blue. In imitation of the FHC Society. John Heath, a student at William and Mary who in 1776 sought but was refused admission to the PDA, later established the first Greek letter fraternity, the Phi Beta Kappa Society. That is ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. Oh, look, they just found another bag of Morgan silver dollar. Just found another bag of it. The student members of FHC suspended the club's activities in 1781, probably due to the suspension of academic exercises at the college, as the contending armies of the American Revolution approached Williamsburg during the Yorktown campaign. The memory of this fraternity had entirely died out at William and Mary, but after 1909, there was a discovery of certain manuscript material in the correspondence of St. George Tucker, who was a student of the college in 1772. These manuscripts consist of 1. A letter of Mr. Jefferson written to John D. Taylor of Maryland College, giving some account of the club at the college, stating that he was a member. 2. A list of the books described as compiled for the club's library in 1772 by Reverend Thomas Gwadkin, professor of mathematics. 3. The credentials of Robert Baylor as a member of the abbreviated Latin. Thus, the club possessed a small library. As a member in abbreviated Latin. Okay, the group's name was revised on September 30th, 1920 by 12 undergraduate men and 4 professors who originally organized the Spotswood Club, which was formed in 1916. It differed markedly from the original society, a fraternity of 6 undergraduate men with alumnus members in Urbe. I don't know what that is. That is, in town. Oh, okay. Having graduated from the university, this society operated largely as a collegiate honorary society whose members were not secret and were published in the college's yearbook and newspapers. It suspended its activities in 1943 due to World War II. A third group called the Flat Hat Club was formed in May of 72. An all-male secret society consisting of 12 undergraduate men. In recent years, an additional 6 members were added. Most of its activities remain comparatively secret within the university. Members received medals of distinction upon graduation from William and Mary, showing their membership. Contrary to the practice of some similar societies, alumni may disclose their membership after graduation. That's really
So sprayer.
goofy. Look at how, this was supposedly formed in 72. So look at how goofy this is compared to the stuff that you see from previous, the 1700s, 1800s, all that, their symbolism, their all of their stuff. That shit looks like, chicken scratchings. What do you think about the redacted Epstein files? I think, duh. Come on. You didn't think you were going to get the fucking Epstein files, did you? You didn't think that, did you? Oh, this is one I have to look up sometime else. I'm not going to do Phi Beta Kappa today. Wait a minute, did I just lose my shit? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, the Epstein files, I've never, you guys, you've seen me look into Epstein and stuff, but Like, again, don't you think it's strange that in these last few weeks you don't hear me talking about it? Oh, they're gonna drop the files here soon. Oh, I'm so excited, you guys. They're gonna drop the files. I knew they were happening. I knew what was happening. I don't live under a rock or anything. But it's like I've never fallen for Epstein. I've told you guys for years now. Look, look, you wouldn't know who Epstein was. Epstein wasn't famous. You know, this isn't like, we're not like talking about this leading man, or somebody that we saw none of you knew who Epstein was until they told you who Epstein was. And there are countless rich, powerful men who have sexual assault cases, this, that, and the other that come up and then disappear, and we never hear anything about it. We don't know anything about that shit. The only reason we know about Epstein, we knew about Epstein, whatever, is because they wanted us to. Because you end up focusing on something where the only information you can possibly get is from the people that are going to be exposed. It's this self-defeating thing where it's such an amazing distraction. It's just, it's fucking great. It's crazy. The idea that they black out all the faces and all the pictures of the victims. Like, if they didn't black out the faces, people would be like, oh my gosh, that's Cindy. You'd never recognize that face. However, there are people that there are missing girl cases from all throughout history. That maybe somebody will see that picture and go, hey, that's my Becky. Hey, that's my Susie. She disappeared. We never knew what happened to her. That's fucking her. That's the kind of shit that can happen.
First known victim of Jeffrey Epstein was a 13-year-old girl in Michigan in the 1990s, according to the files.
No, not true.
In 1994.
Yeah, remember, he went to the Dalton Academy and got fired for fraternizing at parties and shit with the students. That dude's been fucking with kids for a long time. All distractions. If the news tell us it's probably not important, it's probably not the important aspect of any truth. Yeah, it's a distraction.
Did he just come upstairs?
No. Get down.
I thought he was trying. I think he did, and he went back down. That's what I heard. He turns around halfway up and goes back down.
What?
Don't scare him.
He was up halfway up that time.
I told you.
The fuck is his problem?
Will you roll one, please? He smelled Jordy on me. He was really excited.
Get down there!
Mommy. Mommy. Let me go get him something. It's because Nathan keeps shutting his door.
Because he's annoying.
It's not because of Broly, it's because of Dave.
No, it's because Broly's annoying too.
He's not. That sweet boy.
Anyway, I'm going to go. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. Go check out all the fucking description, man. The description is full of receipts. Go check out the receipts. I really don't know what else to tell you. Have yourself a wonderful day. And most importantly, you pedophiles, kill yourself.